Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk, where we bring you exciting and informative news segments that cover a wide range of topics. I'm your host, Denise Rollard Barnes, publisher of the Washington Informer, and we have some incredible guests for you today. So thank you again for tuning in. Before we get into that, though, I just want you all to know I've spent the last couple of days down at the Walter Washington Convention Center here in Washington, D.C., where the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation is hosting its 53rd annual legislative weekend. And I'm telling you, folks, if you haven't gotten down there, you need to run down today. We've got today and tomorrow where the exhibit area is. There are lots of folks to meet and greet and network with. There's a lot of businesses taking place down there, of course, luncheons and dinners and receptions and all that. But some great topics that are being discussed. You know, we had the chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation on with us, the president and CEO, rather, on with us last week. And as she promised, this has been a very dynamic and exciting and informative and educational and motivational and inspiring couple of days. And I'm not saying that because of, because of whatever, I'm saying it because it's the truth, it's a fact. And most of the folks there have just been really excited to be able to meet folks who are in their business or related to their businesses or their nonprofits. And again, it's a lot of networking taking place. And that's what the CBCF annual legislative conference is all about. So if you didn't make it this year, mark your calendar for next year. But you can also go to the Caucus Foundation's website. They will be posting videos and probably other segments from this conference, and you will want to find something. As a matter of fact, you will find something that you're interested in, and you can hear how folks peeled back the onion and got really deep into conversations about things that are impacting specifically Black America, but that are impacting America in general. So again, great opportunity to meet so many people and to have so many great conversations. Just wanted to get that in quickly. And to say, if you do make it down, I will say the Washington Informer has a booth. We're on what they call Media Row. We're in the back. We're with the authors. There are a lot of independent authors back there selling books, but we're all back there. The Afro, the Informer, WHUR, a bunch of other independent media organizations. We're all there together, and we're networking as well. But you can come back and visit us, and we hope to see you there. And if you come, it's going to take me a while to get back down there, but just say I came because Denise told me to, and she wanted me to say hi to the Informer team. We'd love to see you. But first up, as far as the show is concerned today, because we got to get on top of why we're here and why you're here to hear our exciting guests. Our first segment is sponsored by Pepco, featuring their Senior Efficiency Program Manager, Stacy Cherie Jordan, who will share some valuable energy-saving tips to help you reduce your carbon footprint and save money on your monthly utility bills. Who doesn't want to save money? I know I do. So I'm so glad that Stacy's going to be with us, because as the season gets colder, we're already seeing a change and cooler. So we want to make sure that we get all the energy tips that we can. So we're so happy that Pepco's with us to share that. And then we have a special feature with Sharon Goods, founder of Wisdom Walkers, and Anita Cook Wells, an attorney with RJR Hotels. They're going to share some incredible experiences at a recent summit they attended. And when I say summit, I'm not talking about a conference. I'm talking about a climb, 13,820 feet peak of the Inca Trail in the Andes Mountains on the way to Machu Picchu. Now, I don't know how you all are, outdoors people. And a lot of times we think Black folks don't do certain things. Well, we're going to hear from two people who have a group of women who actually had this incredible experience, and they're going to share that with us. And last but not least, our lifestyle reporter, Brenda Seiler, will be chatting with Miles Bullock, an actor who appeared in Peacock's first studded true crime limited series, Fight Night, The $1 Million Heist, which premiered on September 5th. So sit back and enjoy this diverse and engaging conversation we have in store for you today. But before we dig into our conversations, please, I'm going to ask you, beg you, request, I don't know what the word is. Please, baby, please, baby, please. Pick up a copy of this week's edition of the Washington Informer. You know, it's available on newsstands all across the DMV. We have about 400 locations where you can pick up a copy. Got some great stories again this week, and we're so proud of being able to continue to print and publish and distribute the Washington Informer to our readers across the DMV. And if you can't get a printed copy, you can access the digital edition anytime, anywhere by visiting our website at washingtoninformer.com. You don't have to put the in there, just washingtoninformer.com. And while you're there, we hope that you will consider becoming a subscriber. It's free, a digital subscriber. All you have to do is pick the newsletters. You see there, we have a choice of newsletters for you, and just enter your email address, and that's all you have to do. We take care of the rest. Again, access is free, and by becoming a subscriber, you'll receive your publication directly in your inbox every Thursday, along with daily news updates. And I mean daily news updates from our exclusive e-news service. And the newsletter that we send out is called Win Daily. So we hope that you will begin to pick that, subscribe to that. And while tuning into the show today, spread the word and share this broadcast on your local social media platforms. You can also follow us on Facebook, IG, X, TikTok, Threads, Nextdoor, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. As I said, Washington Informer TV, no spaces, Washington Informer TV, where you can watch some of the Let's Talk episodes that you might have missed and see this show all over again, and hopefully share it with the people that you think. I mean, no need in getting information and keeping it to yourself. So we're giving you some good information, and you know there are folks that need to, that you want to share that information with. Just go ahead and share it. We appreciate you for doing that. So before we bring on our first guest, let's watch our weekly news broadcast by Curtis Knowles.
This is Win TV News, bringing you the news that matters. Margaret Brent Elementary School is now officially under construction after a groundbreaking ceremony Tuesday morning. The state-of-the-art facility on Lamont Terrace in New Carrollton, Maryland, will serve 850 students from pre-K through 5th grade. Over the course of the next 4 years, a total of 8 cutting-edge new schools will be built in Prince George's County, with Sean Matlock, the director of the PGCPS Blueprint Schools project, leading it and saying that all construction is part of Phase 2. An incoming 5th grader, Okoro Kalu, commented saying, quote, "This new building isn't just a place for learning, it's an investment in the future. And the school will be here for many years, helping students like me grow up and make a difference in the world." A week after police shot and killed a man outside of McDonald's in Southeast DC, authorities have released the body cam footage of the shooting. Justin Robinson, 26, a DC man who worked with violence interruption programs in the district, was fatally shot by 2 police officers last weekend when he was found unresponsive after crashing into the restaurant. The shooting is under investigation by the department's Force Investigative Team, which investigates police shootings. The U.S. Attorney's Office for D.C. will also review the case to determine if any laws were broken, and the department's Internal Affairs Division will determine if the officers violated any policies. In a statement from the Robinsons' family lawyers, Brandon Burrell and Justin Holloman of the Holloman firm said, quote, "The family was initially concerned with the possibility of an edited or redacted version being released. However, we are cautiously optimistic that the video that is released will show what occurred." Mahogany Books, a husband and wife venture launched in 2007 online to showcase books written for, by, and about people of color, is looking for a new home for its original bookstore after losing its space at the Anacostia Arts Center in D.C. The center at 123 Marionberry Avenue in Southeast closed in August for 18-month renovations. Mahogany Books still has locations at National Harbor and Reagan National Airport. Bookstore co-owner Ramonda Young did not identify a potential future location, saying, quote, "As the Art Center closes for renovations, we are looking for a location that better fits the needs for our business and customers."
Yeah, you know, that was shocking news to hear that Mahogany Books was no longer down at the Anacostia Art Center. But we understand, I mean, parking, we're bringing businesses into our communities, but we're making it more difficult for consumers to get into those businesses, to find places to park. And even if some of these places are not metro accessible. So we're excited when they come, we're sad when they go, and we hope that we can find a new location for Mahogany Books. But you know that you can always go to their other locations. Actually, they even have one at National Airport. So if you know how you always want to pick up a book when you're on your, well, at least I do, on a plane. And so I love running into Mahogany Books there at National Airport. Actually, where the oh, I'm having brain freeze. But at any rate, the whole complex there is owned. There it is, owned by Juanita Britton. So Juanita has partnered with Mahogany Books, so they have a nice little section right there at Nats National Airport. So keep that in mind next time you're out there. So let's start with our first guest. Our first guest segment is sponsored by Pepco, and it's this is we're going to talk about this brilliant and innovative energy efficiency manager at Pepco, Stacy Cherie Jordan. Stacey, I'm getting it together.
It's okay. It's okay.
Thank
We'll
you,
charge
thank
that
you.
to my dad. He chose the name.
It's Cherie, right?
It is Cherie, yes.
Okay, all right, just to make
Casey
sure that's
Cherie.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, you are the expert of experts when it comes to helping people reduce their energy consumption and carbon footprint. Talk about that first before we move on. But when you mention the word carbon footprint, what does that mean?
Looking at ways to consume energy to help the environment, improve the environment. It's becoming a very big thing. We have a plan that we've put together over the next 30 years to try to just make it a better place to be financially, environmentally. Yeah, we have a plan. So
And people don't really know, may not understand because we have such stringent or getting more stringent requirements here in the United States. But if you've ever traveled to a country where environmental issues are not as high up in importance as they are here, and you come home with a cough, I just did that. You know, went to visited a country, it's very nice, but I came back so totally congested and wore a mask, not because of COVID, but because of the pollution.
yes,
And you realize that, you know, what you all are doing there at Pepco to make sure that we all are participating in some shape, form, or fashion is important.
it is. And growing up, you really didn't think about it. But like you said, as you start to travel, as you start to engage in different environments and atmospheres, you really see the importance of it.
So what let's talk about consumers. Let's bring it on home into the
Okay.
households.
Yes, ma'am.
What are some of the money saving ideas that you have as it relates to energy costs?
Well, our first and foremost go to answer is turn off the lights. It sounds so easy and basic, but it is very important. And you'd be surprised and how much you can save. Not just turning off your lights, but in today's society with all the modern technology, we ask that you utilize the timers and the automatic shutoffs that are provided on your TVs. And you can put a timer on your light. The weather is changing, it's going to start getting darker soon. You're not home, put your light on a timer as opposed to running it all day long. We suggest that you monitor the temperatures on your thermostats. In the winter months, try to keep your thermostat around 68 degrees. In the summer months, we suggest 78 degrees. All of that could truly make a difference.
You know, I want to go back to the timers because you can go into households, offices. I'm looking around at ours. We got 30 million things plugged in. And so you know you have two outlets, but you got 10 things that you need to plugged in at the same time. So you get those what do you call them, power strips.
Power strips.
But are there timers that can be used for some of your was it,
For the power
just the
strip?
things that we use, yeah, for the power strip, for the things that we just normally use in our households, like
Yes,
that they
ma'am.
tell us. 'Cause people always tell us, unplug this, unplug that.
So Pepco has smart power strips, if you will. We have smart
Okay.
thermostats for your meters, and in our checkups, our energy checkups, power strips, smart power strips will shut off devices that are not being used. So that there are like 6 slots on it. If you have a printer plugged in and your computer, you're not using your printer the whole time, it'll kick in when you go to activate that printer. So the smart power strip is definitely a great device to have.
And what is the significance of the amount of energy? I know I'm getting a little even in the woods here, but I mean, when we don't unplug these things that we're not using, um,
The meter is
how does
turning.
that impact? Yeah, it's still we're still paying for it
Yes,
because
ma'am.
it's plugged in.
And it adds up over time. It may not seem like a lot, but if you actually monitor your bill, you will see the difference over a period of time. As the
Wow.
old saying goes, a penny saved is a penny earned.
Yes.
And it'll make you think about, it'll make you more aware of how you're handling devices and lights in your home. Everything is pretty much electrical now. So when you look at that bill, you start to look at that outlet. You start to look at that thermostat, and it
Yes.
does make a difference over a period of time. Yes.
So does Pepco have offer any rebates or incentives for customers who either upgrade to more energy efficient appliances or systems?
Yes, ma'am, we do. So we have
Hmm.
a residential program. And
Okay.
in this program, we offer quick home energy checkups. And it is a no cost way to show you how to use the energy as well as save energy in your home. We have a representative that will come out and do an assessment, and they will provide suggestions as well as offer light bulbs, shower heads, power strips. You'd be surprised, and it's easy to do. You go to our website, www.pepco.com, and you you click into ways to save. You make your appointment, and within 48 hours, someone is contacting you to come out to do this assessment. So that helps you with the energy checkup. And in regards to appliance rebates, when you purchase new rebates, when you purchase new appliances, such
Hmm.
things as like our smart thermostats, our water heaters, we do offer rebates with this program, with this residential program as well.
Wow. Well, it makes you think twice about every time you plug something in. You know, you need to think twice about it. So this service, it's free
Yes, ma'am.
for the representatives to come to your home and do sort of an evaluation of how you're using your energy.
That's correct. So
Correct.
that's the
Okay.
checkup piece. That's the quick
Okay.
energy checkup part. But there is an actual home performance with Energy Star program. So the quick energy will help you, will do a quick assessment to show you how to save money, save energy. If you sign up for the home energy with Energy Star program, that's a more comprehensive assessment on your home. And in addition to offering recommendations and products that can be upgraded and installed, they go into detail about the various rebates that are offered. So new
Wow.
water pumps, there are rebates, smart thermostats, there are rebates. And by the time you collectively add up all of the products that you can upgrade, you can save up to $7,000, $7,500 in rebates with with the various appliances that we promote within this Energy Star program.
That's amazing. That I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, you know. Particularly as people are trying to upgrade their appliances in their homes and what have you. Anything else? What else is Pepco offering consumers that we need to share with our viewers?
But that's on the residential side. So
Mm-hmm.
other than the quick energy home checkups and the Energy Star program, we also offer services for commercial and industrial businesses. We have small businesses, medium to large businesses, but for the actual consumer, the resident, that's what we're offering at this time in terms of ways to save and ways to, better your energy usage.
Well, I just told him myself because we're a small business and I talked about all the things we have plugged in around here. So I probably need to make that phone call
Listen, I'm
and
your
see how
woman.
it
We can
works.
talk offline about that. I am actually the small business guru, so I'm more than happy to help and put you in contact with the right people. But there are
Oh, that's
incentives for small businesses as well.
is there, I don't know if we put anything up. Did we put up the website? Because I'd love to know, share. Oh, there it is. And is that where people can go to access the resources that you're talking about?
Yes, and because it's such a broad website, I,
Yeah,
I suggest that you click on ways to save. Once you start with the ways to save icon, all of the information is there, from residents to small businesses to large commercial customers. So the ways to save in energy assistance, you'll see the icons there right there as soon as you go. But the www.pepco.com is the key. That is the prime website.
wonderful. And, we certainly appreciate Pepco sponsoring this segment and you coming on and sharing this great information with us. But, there are a lot of community organizations, ANCs and what have you, just, business associations, church associations, or churches that would love to share this information. Is there an outreach program that people can access to have Pepco to
Yes.
come in and educate their constituents?
Yes, ma'am. So we have a partnership with the Department of Energy and Environment, DOEE. And through DOEE, there is an additional partnership with the Greater Washington Urban League. And they offer classes and seminars and sessions to share ways to save. Everyone is not internet savvy. And one day we'll all get there. But until that time, we do in-person training and seminars, and we have marketing materials that we hand out. So you'll have it on hand. But for the DC, those are the partnerships with DOEE and the Greater Washington Urban League. If you're a Maryland customer, we have a partnership with the Department of Human Services. So under DHS, they in turn help with the partnership with Maryland Energy Systems Program. And that's ran by the Office of In-Home Energy. And that's a lot to absorb because information is also on the website. If
Right.
people are listening, it's like, I live in Maryland, I live in DC, but the main partnerships are with the Department of Human Services, as well as the Department of Energy and Environment. But that's when the tiers start to break down, and you can work with the Greater Washington Urban League, the Salvation Army, the Office of Home Energy. There are many, many programs out there that will help with assisting as well as advising in how to save.
Wonderful. And just technical, I'm getting the technical again here, Stacy.
No problem.
You mentioned what the summer temperature should be that we should try to maintain on our thermostats. And you also mentioned during winter that temperature. When is a good time to change it? I mean, what should people consider? I know it's your body and when you're too hot or too cold, but sometimes our summers last longer, our winters are shorter. Is there a typical time? Or does Pepco have a period when it begins to, are there summer rates and winter rates? That's what I'm trying to get to. And how are we in sync with Pepco's calendar?
So the actual date on the various rates, I am not sure, but my rule of thumb and the way that I was always trained and taught, April, so from April to October, you start to think summer rates. November to March, you're looking at winter.
Great. Okay. Anything else you want to share with us?
Other than, we have these programs out here, we have these incentives, we have these measures, we are always here to help. Again, there is the website, but please feel free to reach out to us. We have a community engagement team. We have the energy efficiency team. We participate with various partners around the area. We're always willing to talk to a consumer and see how we can help. because at the end of the day, we're customers too. So I totally understand and am always willing to help.
Well, I think that's fantastic, and we appreciate you joining us today. Between our gas, electric, and water, those are things that we cannot live without in
At
living in
all.
homes in the and things that are becoming more costly every
Yes,
day.
ma'am.
But there's a way we can manage that, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm so appreciative of Pepco being with us today to talk about how best to manage it and how to save money.
Well, we thank you for having us, and we're always here to help if you have any questions. And don't forget, you can reach out to me about the small business as well. So residents are very important, but so are businesses.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have a testimony.
Yes, ma'am. And
All
we
right.
do big check presentations, so we would love to put you in there for one of our testimonials.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll make that happen. We will definitely make that happen. I appreciate you for being with us, and
Awesome.
have a great day.
Thank you. You have a great weekend and enjoy the rest of CBC.
Thank you, Stacy. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Again, this segment was sponsored by Pepco, and we hope that as a result of our guest today, that you will save some money going forward. So, speaking of saving money, you have to be here in order to save money, and that's why I am really thrilled to introduce our two incredible guests who are joining us for a special Healthy Aging Month segment. Sharon Goods, the founder of Wisdom Walkers, a destination fitness organization, and Anita Cook Wells, an attorney with RJR Hotels. These two amazing women have embarked on a journey that most of us would only dream of. And they recently set a record by summiting the what 13,828 feet peak of the Inca Trail in the Andes Mountains. This is incredible, Sharon and Anita. Thank you. We can't. Why do we save electricity if we don't have our health?
Thank you so much,
To
Denise.
make sure. So, Sharon, I'm gonna start with you. Tell us first a little bit about the Wisdom Walkers and this incredible. This isn't the first time you all have done this. So, but
No,
tell us about this one.
thank you so much, Denise, and thank you so much for having us on. We always can count on WIN-TV, and we really appreciate you for encouraging us and for always advertising and letting people know about us. But the Wisdom Walkers formed about 3 years ago, and we're a destination fitness organization. We set a destination, and then we train people and help people get trained to get ready to climb mountains and to hike trails. And we have been excited to have so many women and men who've been joining us and taking on adventures, both here in the United States as well as internationally. And we are just excited about people trying to take care of their health.
I just recently posted something on Facebook about my little walk around Anacostia Park, but it's
Yeah.
flat land. It's
Yes.
flat.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's good.
So,
That's good.
yeah, but still, Anita, what made you think I want to do this? I want to become a part of this organization, and I'm ready to climb mountains.
Well, for me, there were really two things. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, diagnosed and treated for breast cancer in 2020 and 2021. And so, coming out of that experience, I was really clear that I wanted to do something that I could prove to myself that this was not going to limit me in the kind of life that I wanted to have moving forward. So I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to start exercising more, but I also wanted to prove to myself that this is something that I could do and that I was going to, move forward as a healthy senior. I think the second thing for me was just turning 65, because as I turned 65, it's like, okay, you've postponed this long enough. If you're going to do something, you need to do it now. And so the two kind of came together, and I knew about the Wisdom Walkers, and it just felt like a great way to start focusing on fitness and wellness with a group of other women who were committed to the same thing.
Wow. And Sharon, I mean, we're talking a little bit about, Anita talked about turning 65. You said earlier off screen that 70 is the new 40. Uh, how diverse is this group age wise? They're men and women, but age wise.
Well, this trek that we made of the Andes Mountains, that's our first time taking a group of 35-year-olds with us. But we usually people come and join the Wisdom Walkers when they're trying to get in shape, when they're trying to take care of their health. We have a lot of people who take our adventures because they're trying to mark a birthday, a decade birthday or a memorable birthday or a legacy birthday, or that these destinations are things that they've been wanting to achieve. They're on their bucket list. So we're just, so the ages are ranging now from 35 to 70, 76. We had our first 35-year-olds went with us to the Andes, and unfortunately, the two of them didn't summit. The 70-year-olds, all the 70-year-olds who went, they all of us summited. But we're welcome to still train. Any age group is fine. We don't discriminate because of age, but we are really focused on trying to get people who are older to begin to take their health seriously and take advantage of the healthy things that are available. And certainly hiking is one of those, walking is one of those, and working out in a community of people like the Wisdom Walkers, really a supportive community, will help you to get there.
And what about destinations? Because this is one of several destinations that you've had. Tell us where else the Wisdom Walkers have explored.
Well, we have gone to other places. We're going to get ready for our Harriet Tubman trek. We do a Harriet Tubman trek every year down in Dorchester, Maryland. We like to walk the Underground Railroad with the Harriet Tubman as well as the Frederick Douglass sites that are down there. We're going there October the 12th. Everyone's invited to join us for that. Last year we did 15 miles. We do 15 to 20 miles over the course of the weekend. We also go every year to the anniversary of the Selma Bridge, the Selma Jubilee, will be down in Alabama. We took 65 Howard University students with us last year, and we all, went to the Eben Pettus Bridge crossing for Bloody Sunday. We went to Mount Kilimanjaro, and we set a record in Tanzania for summiting being the oldest group of African Americans to ever summit Mount Kilimanjaro. So we had different places every year. So we're just putting our calendar together for 2025. We took a poll, and it looks like we'll be going to the Grand Canyon area as well as to Scotland, and hopefully next year we'll be going to Vietnam.
Wow, wow. It's just like this is a must do. This is one of those things, I keep using that word FOMO, fear of missing out. This is something that people should have. You need to want to do this. And I want to know from you, Anita. I mean, I don't know what your physical activity was prior to this time, but how did you feel after you, did the summit walk? And I mean, just how did you feel physically, and what kind of advice would you give people who are really considering joining the Wisdom Walkers?
So I felt both exhausted and exhilarated.
Okay.
I think we all came off of this feeling really good about what we had done. And I guess my suggestion for folks who want to join the Wisdom Walkers or just generally get in shape is, set a goal for yourself and be consistent. I mean, we walk every week, and then others of us will walk and hike during the week. And because we knew we were going into the Andes, we focused on trying to get as much altitude as we could. But I think it's the consistency of doing it, and setting the goal for yourself to do it. And you start off feeling like, okay, it's hard for me to walk a mile. But I think after a year of training, all of us were walking 6 and 7 miles and, uphill. So it's something that takes time, but I think anybody can do it. I mean, I think that's the way that I felt when I came off of this was a wonderful thing to have done. And it really just drives home to you that you can do what you want to do.
Sharon?
I want to tell you that Anita's one of our success stories. We have several, and Anita, we go walking every weekend in Rock Creek Park, and so we go about 5 to 7, 8 miles sometimes on a Saturday, and then again on Sunday. And it used to be that usually when you're walking, you just kind of stretch out. So there's some people who are way behind. There's some people who are real fast. They're going real, they're way ahead. And Anita would be at the back of the pack in the beginning. Well, she hired a personal trainer, and the next thing I was looking at Anita's back. I said, "Oh my God, Anita, you're our new leader." She was like ahead of everyone. She really got herself in shape, and she was one in the lead group, also summiting the Andes Mountains, the Inca Trail. So, It's all possible. I mean, I said, Anita, you have really inspired all of us, to really continue taking care of ourselves because you really have come a long, long, long way. She said, I never even know I was doing it. I said, well, you have done it. You really have.
Well, on that note, because Sharon, I've known you for quite some time. I know that you've been really, you have a lifetime of, doing exercises, so trying to stay fit. You were a yoga instructor. Used to give yoga classes, what have you. So you have that background, and I'm not sure about you, Anita. Although it sounded like if you were athletic at a younger age, you stopped somewhere along the way and had to build up again. But is this, some people have never been out there. They've never really, they're opposed to exercise, but they do find that they want to improve, their physical fitness. And again, I mean, do you have to have that background? What is the mental part of this?
So the mental part is that, well, first of all, the people who've never been out there, who don't exercise, they are the people we're after. The
Okay.
thing is this: all of us have these bodies, and these bodies are getting older, and so this sort of becomes our responsibility. Now we have people who join us who have never done a step in their lives. They don't walk a block. And so they're the ones who we're after, who we welcome, to our group, and we take our time. We have people who go very slow. We also have people that we refer people to in terms of fitness trainers or personal trainers. If people need something personal because they're working on their knees or joints or something like that, um, it's not for athletic people only. It's for
Okay.
anyone. It's open to everyone. That's what we are after. We want to get more and more African Americans taking charge of their health.
Yeah, Denise, I was just going to say that before joining the Wisdom Walkers, the full extent of my exercise was really walking my dogs, and both of them were pretty old. So you really don't have to have been. I am not like Sharon. I did not do yoga. I did not do Pilates. I think it's for people like me and for other people who haven't really committed to exercise in the past.
So
It,
how can go ahead, Sharon? I'm sorry.
it's so fun to watch. We took Anita and a number of women who had never climbed the Billy Goat Trail out to the rocks to climb the Billy Goat Trail in Falls Church. And it was so funny to watch them say, "Oh my gosh, I've never really scampered up rocks before, or climbed any cliffs before." These are all things that are doable. It's so exciting, to see people. People kept saying at the end, "Wow, I feel so accomplished." And
Wow.
that was the whole goal. And
Mhm.
people think, oh my gosh, well, I may not summit the mountain, or I may not be able to make it. That was never the goal. The goal was always just the training, just to get
Right.
yourself going, just to go down to the corner and walk one block. That was the goal, the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. And whether we know it or not, our bodies, we pay for it when we don't do these things.
Yes,
We
we
pay
do.
for it when we don't exercise. We
Yes, we do.
pay for it when we don't eat right,
Right.
right? We pay for it when we don't get enough
Yes,
sleep.
we
We
do.
pay for it. So, let's just try to, I think this is a great message. How can folks participate in the Wisdom Walkers?
They can go to our website at www.wisdomwalkers.org, and please just come out and join us. All our contact information is there. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We welcome everyone to join us. We have people coming in from California, from Chicago. We have had a number of people to join us who are like, really, this is my first time ever really doing any walking at all. We're like, yes, you're the person that we're after. I mean, the athletes are going to go on, the aging athletes, because they're going to continue taking care of themselves, so we don't
Right.
we don't have to be focused on them. We're really focused on, when we've climbed the Inca Trail, each of us who had climbed the mountain before assigned ourselves to someone who had never climbed before, and we walk with them. We walk their pace. I
Okay.
didn't summit with the front group. I summited with the back group. I summited with the people who had never climbed before, because they're the people who are very important from my perspective, because we know we've got another person who's now taking care of themselves. And that was our whole purpose all along.
So, Anita, are you all in now?
Oh, I am completely all in that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has been such a positive experience, and it's been great with the group. I mean, one of the things I was going to add to what Sharon said is such a supportive group. And I was, the first day there was somebody that was assigned to me, and she's carrying my water, she's doing this, and it was just it was, I don't know, it was heartwarming actually.
Mhm.
And to get that kind of support from another group of women is just really, really wonderful. So yeah, I am absolutely all in. I am doing my exercise. I have a trainer. So I'm trying to start exploring other ways I can get in shape as well.
Wow, you all, this is truly inspiring. And again, if we can get more people just starting out, walk, like you said, walking their neighborhoods, walking around the block, putting a couple hills in there,
Yeah.
right? Those are some
Yeah,
things that we need to do, correct? And
Yeah.
not, don't make this a one and done.
No, no.
This
We
becomes a lifestyle.
we're out in the Rock Creek Park every weekend. In fact, we want to support Rock Creek Park, give them a little plug. They're having their gala at the Rock Creek Conservancy is having the gala. We're trying to support the park. This is an amenity that we in DC have that people really need to take advantage of. So we're out every Saturday, every Sunday, 8:30. Meet us at 1801 Parkside Drive Northwest. We're there, getting ready to go into the park and walk the trail as far as you want to go. You don't have to go. You don't have to make it a 5 mile trek. You can make it a 1 block trek. That's great. That'd be wonderful.
Well, people want to do the whole, they want to be able to get back.
Well, we go on the loop to make sure people can get near their. We walk near the cars, so people
Oh, okay.
don't have to get too
yeah,
far from their car. And some people do go back the first time, and they go a little
Yeah.
further the next time. Then they go a little
Nice.
further. It's incremental. We're not
Good.
asking anyone to knock themselves out. We want them to come back the next time.
Right, right. Well, ladies, thank you so very much for being with us today, for sharing this. And we hope that there'll be some more joining you out there. I'm not making any promises, but who knows? At any rate, but I think it's really great. And again, you're truly an inspiration,
We
and
look
you're
forward
getting
to
to
you
go to some
joining us too,
exciting
Denise.
places. Yeah, I mean, if I get the schedule together, I need to be there. So, because
All right,
walking is one of my favorite things. So,
great.
anyway, you all take care. Thanks
thank
for
you so
joining us.
much.
All righty. Talk
Thank
to
you
you
again.
soon.
Take
Okay.
care.
Okay.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. So that was exciting. Wow. I mean, they pick regular places to walk, which I think is really good. And as you all know, I said I posted something on Facebook the other day about my 2.5 mile walk around Anacostia Park. It's beautiful down there. So if you haven't been to, we have some of the most beautiful parks in our city that we as residents need to take advantage of, and to get out of our cars, be in nature, take those walks. And so a group called Wisdom Walkers is there, and it's available for you. So hopefully you'll take advantage of it. I am really excited now to hand this part of the program over to Brenda Seiler, who is our lifestyle reporter here at the Washington Informer. Brenda, welcome.
Hey, 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 how is everybody?
We're doing good. We're doing good. I know you have an exciting guest joining us, Miles Bullock, an actor, and I can't wait to hear his story and what he's been up to. So I'm turning it over to you.
Yes, and thank you. Thank you again. And yes, we've been inspired by the Wisdom Walkers. They are fabulous. And we want to welcome Miles Bullock, actor Miles Bullock. He is in the 8-part series, multi uh, interesting, getting great reviews, Fight Night.
Yeah.
The $1 Million High Story. And it is on Peacock. I am through episode 4.
Okay.
I've done the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And you have quite a significant role. I was watching the first episode. I said, well, where is he? Where is he? I want to see it. I said, oh, and there he is.
Oh,
So
yeah.
welcome to
Thank
our
you.
show. And let's talk a little bit about the film and the subject. And I think a lot of people think because Kevin Hart is involved in it, it's a comedy, but it's something else. So why don't you just summarize that for us?
Yeah. It's an amazing show. Well, firstly, thank you for having me. It's an amazing show. It's based on a true story that happened in 1972 in Atlanta. And it's basically surrounding the genius of Atlanta becoming what is known as now as the Black Mecca of entertainment, and it's a lively story. Like you said, we have cast list of legends. You got Taraji, you got Terrence Howard, Kevin Hart, Samuel Jackson, Don Cheadle, and it's really like a tour de force of talent. And man, it's just a lovely time. Looks good, sounds good, and people have been loving it.
Now, I remember the fight because I came to Atlanta in August of 1971 to
Oh,
go to
wow.
college. And the fight was at the City Auditorium downtown, which is, I don't even know if it's still standing, but it was on the edge of the campus of Georgia State University.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that was a big, big, big deal. And
Yeah.
the scene that I saw of Muhammad Ali on Morehouse's campus, there are a lot of graduates who have pictures of themselves with Ali when he came to the campus. I saw the landmarks that Atlanta folks know, Pascal's Hotel, restaurant back then, the Claremont. I couldn't believe it when I saw that neon sign of the Claremont. And so you have really captured Atlanta, that I feel is like another character in the movie. I'm sorry, in the series.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's alive. It's a moving part of, the environment and the people and the culture, and it's just very rich. And not only that, we actually filmed some of the scenes in the real house where the robbery took place.
I recognize some of the exterior shots of that house. Were the exterior shots also done in Atlanta of the homes there?
Yeah, everything was shot in Atlanta. Everything.
I recognize that because that was a
yeah.
style of home back in the day, and you really captured it. But I want people to know about you. First of all, we're going to get more into the show, but let's talk about your background. Some people may remember you from being in the Stars series BMF, Black Mafia Family.
Yes.
You were in that. You're from Los Angeles.
Yes.
You started out and you got your degree from Fresno State, and then you went on to get a master's degree on a full ride scholarship at the University of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Real applause. Real applause for that. So congratulations on that. And but you're both a stage and a screen actor. So that's a wonderful range to have. It shows your versatility. And I want to let people know who you are. And then we're going to, again, with what you said about the film and what I know what actually happened at that time, we're going to tease the audience a little more. We're going to play a little bit of the trailer.
Oh, please do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They burned Atlanta to the ground. Yeah, but Atlanta rose up. Because of black folk. Atlanta gonna turn them ashes into gold. This Ali fight, the perfect puzzle.
I tell you, when the fight scenes start, when the actual fight started, and the actor who played Ali,
Dexter
Darden.
Yeah.
Who choreographed that? Because I don't know if people realize, when you're trying to replicate something in a film like that, you're looking at film footage, but there's a certain bit of choreography about it. And especially with Ali, because Ali had this kind of back step, side shuffle. That's why they called him what they did. And I said, oh my God. And in all the heavyweight fights that I have seen and fighters that have won the title, Ali's moves are very distinctive.
Absolutely.
And I thought whoever trained with the actor who did that did a fabulous job.
Yeah, Dexter.
So the realism is in that too.
Dexter did a lot of work on his own that the studio did not ask for. He was very committed to becoming Ali and fully embodying it and doing it to where he wouldn't break the audience out of the reality of the human. Everybody knows who Ali is. Again, you said you watched his fights. You're used to his moves. The rope-a-dope. You know what it is. So he was really big on making sure that he had that accurately done. And it's just a testament to his work ethic and his instrument as an actor. And then, also just the company that we were around. Again, we were working with legends. We were working with actors that have had 20+ year careers. And when you have an actor like Samuel Jackson who fully embodies characters and is always with the wigs and the face, and he's always putting the extra facial hair on. He's always doing things to go the extra mile to tell the story. It really inspires you as a younger actor to step up to that game or step up to that par and really try to keep the bar up there.
It's like taking an an extensive uh, lecture series for students that are working on their master's or their doctorate, because all the professors you would ever want to learn from are a part of this film. And I
Absolutely.
think that is a wonderful opportunity for all of you all. You're all great actors, but you want to be challenged in order to be able to do a little bit more each time and just add to your arsenal of talent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's always the goal.
I'm glad that you alluded to, especially talking about Samuel L. Jackson, who was still over in the AU Centers. Sam and Latanya, they were in all the plays over in the Atlanta University Center where I was in school at. And you alluded to Sam does whatever he needs to do, the facial hair and all that. I'm glad you said that because I wrote a note. There's a lot of facial hair in this movie, to the extent that there were some people that I could barely recognize. I finally recognized, I said, is that David Banner as one of the, and then Clifton Powell, our DC homeboy. And I said, oh my God, I didn't even recognize them, even though they had been on screen, popped on screen here and there. It was like they needed to be there at least maybe 10 seconds for me to recognize that's who they are. And so you have got the who's who of Black Hollywood, which is an expression that I heard someone else say when they were describing this movie. Absolutely. Tell me, when you learned about this movie was going to be in production, how were you approached about it? So you could go and audition for it. Or did you even have to audition for it?
I definitely did audition for it. Honestly, it was just a regular run-of-the-mill audition. I got it from my agent. I got the email from my agent for the show, and I actually auditioned for a much smaller, somewhat less significant character, and I turned my audition. They called me back for the role I have now, and then auditioned for that, and then it was kind of history, So and I will also say that every Black actor in America auditioned for this show. You also have to remember, like, this came directly after the actor strike, so this was really one of the first productions to go up and to start working after the strike. So it was very, very, very competitive. There were a lot of people trying to get on this show. It was really it was a high demand ticket to get on the show.
I was wondering, you wonder to what extent can you keep things hush hush when you have some specific people in mind, in a series like this. But you're right. At the time that came about after the actors strike, everybody was hoping to get some work, and lucky you.
Yeah. You got to sometimes in the world of entertainment, it just takes luck and timing and opportunity. You just got to be ready for it when it comes.
And the title of the movie, that this was a heist, and even with the trailers, there was this $1 million thing going on. You're thinking, oh wow, but there are so many layers and so many subplots. And I was trying to keep up and say, well, where does he know that guy from? That they already know each other, And there were all these layers, and then Kevin Hart was, he was the man. In a way for Atlanta, because he knew everybody. He has a role there, and I don't want to give away too much. He has a role that allows him to interface with a lot of different people.
Chicken man, he's the numbers guy. He's
Thank you.
Guy. Yeah, he runs numbers. That's it. That's not giving away too much. I think that's real basic. That's real basic information. Yeah, he's the numbers guy. Everybody comes to him when they want something, need something, a hookup, whatever it is. So he decided that he was going to throw a party, and some bad people got wind of it, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to rob that party," and I happened to be one of the robbers, and that's just how it is. Nothing crazy.
And at the end of each episode, there's like, where is this going to go?
Yeah.
So you gotta hang in there with it, or stream it, or just binge it. The series officially started last week on the 5th. With 3 episodes. 3 more episodes came out yesterday, the 12th.
No, one.
Was it just one?
Oh, yeah. So now now it's going to be one episode. It's going to be one episode every Thursday from this point on.
Oh, you're just going to keep us looped in.
Oh, yeah, we got to keep you hooked in. No, none of that binging stuff. You're going, they're trying to really re-invoke the old school way of television where you anticipated the episodes, You were looking forward to it coming out. Nobody knew it was going to happen. And it also like kind of strings it along. Remember, this is a limited series, so that means that this is the only season that people are going to get of this. There's not going to be spin-offs. There's not going to be anything like that. So this is it. So I think they really wanted people to like, hold on to the experience.
Right, because it's about a specific incident during
Mhm.
a specific period of time.
Yes.
Atlanta is the setting. And some of the things that were in what Samuel L. Jackson said in his character as the lead mob guy,
Mhm. Mhm.
he was prophesizing, in terms of where he saw Black people should be and where he saw Atlanta in
Yes.
that process. And it was, I said, I can't believe it, but I know and I've heard that he was really helping you all because he was there. He was there in Atlanta at the time.
Talk about amazing source material and somebody to keep you on point with your approach, but then just the nature of Samuel Jackson anyway, right? Just he's the most sage person on any set that he's going to be on. He's in his mid-70s. He's been in this game for over 30 years, and he knows more than you do already. You know what I'm
Already.
saying? Let alone just with the fact of him being there. So it was really amazing to have him there.
And you were right in terms of your role is quite significant.
Mm.
And there's a little bit of infighting. There's always disagreement when you're trying to make decisions by committee.
Yes.
So, there's always going to be that kind of attention in a film, which we have there in everybody's space, the space that everybody, the individual space that everybody is in. There's
Mhm.
some kind of infighting and tension. The relationships with the women
Mhm.
in the film are quite interesting.
Yeah, and
And
they'll continue to evolve as the show goes on. To continue to evolve. You don't want without giving out too much. We'll just say like they go from contentious to happy to contentious to working to whatever So you're gonna get a lovely mix of everything.
as a limited series, you all will get a lot of award nominations and actual
We'll see.
awards,
We'll
I
see.
am sure, because this is one of the most exciting things that I've ever seen. It came right in time. I know we're in a heavy election period right now, but you need to
Yeah.
deal with something else. And
Yeah.
this series is the place you need to be to really make you ponder and think.
It's a
So
great release. Thank you.
congratulations on this project.
Thank you so much. It's a great release. It's an honor. As an actor that's still coming up and making a name for myself, you really, you really can't look for a better opportunity than this. Working with such great people, working with such storied people, working with such legends, and you have one of the biggest stars in the world in Kevin Hart. You have one of the most well-renowned actors in Don Cheadle. You have one of the most known figures in Samuel Jackson. You have another storied person in Taraji, another storied person in Terrence. This is really amazing.
Well, I thought it was interesting when we looked at your credits and we talked about it earlier that you were in BMF, Black Mafia Family. I said, oh, well, this is kind of like another kind of mafia story. And great. It's just a great piece. And congratulations. I know that this is going to continue. This role is going to continue to be high on the call sheets, for upcoming projects. So I'm so excited about this film. And y'all, you need to watch this series.
Please
I keep calling it a film. It's 8 parts.
Yeah.
Fight Night. It's on Peacock.
Yes, and it'll come out every Thursday.
Yes. So just commit to it and make it happen and watch it.
Just remember it's there for you, and the excitement will continue to string people along. But absolutely, tune in.
Well, congratulations on this wonderful project and the best to you with your career. Thank you for coming to Let's Talk on a part of the Washington Informer magazine. What am I saying? I'm upgrading ourselves. The Washington Informer newspaper. Yeah. We are a weekly Black-owned female newspaper. We're about to celebrate our 60th anniversary.
Beautiful. Congratulations to y'all. Thank you for having me. An amazing honor.
Thank you. And we're going to go back to our publisher, Denise Rolock Barnes. Did you hear me change what kind of publication we were? That we were a magazine.
That's okay, Brenda. We can be anything we want to be. All we have to do is change the kind of paper we're using. But that was a really, really great interview. I'm not familiar with Miles, but I am definitely going to be checking him out. I loved hearing him speak. You got me hooked already. So you're right. I need something else. So I'm looking forward. I'm really looking forward to this interview. I mean, to the show, Fight Night.
Well, then I realized when he said they're only going to do one, because I saw promoted that they were bringing out 3 more episodes last night. But I'm caught up. I've seen all 4 of the first episode, and I love it, love it, love it. I couldn't stop.
And I like what he said, that they're trying to bring back old-fashioned television. You remember we sat with bated breath to see what
Yes,
the next episode of a show was going to be. And if this is that kind of show, and if this is how they're presenting it, and getting a chance to see really seasoned actors with some
yes,
new and up and coming actors, like Miles. I'm not a gangster kind of like whatever. I'm not sure if that's what this is, but you do get hooked. And
yeah.
so, and you're talking about Muhammad Ali and some of the other characters that are being portrayed in this series. I'm looking forward to seeing. I am a lover of boxing, so
Well, this is good. It's not all gangster. It's so many different stories woven in. So you'll love it.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well,
Thank you.
again, I want to thank Miles. I want to thank you, and I want to thank the audience that watched us today on Let's Talk. I hopefully had a great show. I want to thank Stacy Cherie Jordan and Sharon Goods and Anita Cook Wells, and of course Miles Bullock and Brenda Seiler for having this great and exciting program. Again, if you have some time, you can come over to the Walter Washington Convention Center today and check out all that's going on there. It will be a moment that you would not have felt was unworthy. So until next week, I want you to continue to share this program. As again, you can find it on YouTube and all of our other social media channels. Share it, particularly that last segment with Miles. We want to celebrate what's going on in the theater and get these actors back to work, particularly projects that are Black owned, Black created, Black produced, all of that. So until next week, this is Denise Rollard Barnes signing off.